What is going on, everybody? There we go.
Morning.
Good morning, good evening, wherever you're calling in from.
What's up?
Happy Friday or Saturday if you're in IRL. I don't even know anymore. I don't
Yep, Saturday.
tried this time travel thing a lot lately. It doesn't really work out too well, so I don't know where you're at.
Narelle, every time you say good morning on these calls, it makes me so happy. I don't know why, but every time.
That's so cool. Thank you for saying that.
Amazing. How is everyone doing today? Drop what the best part of your day was in the chat, because that needs to be a positive answer. Haven't got our workout in, day off, work complete. I didn't have to work. You guys don't like work, huh? 2 assisted pull-ups. Way to go, Rachel. Talking to Tara, that's always a highlight of my day. Coaching session with Caitlin, failing at work, learning a lesson. We'll definitely want to chat with later. Yeah, I talked with Jensen today. That was amazing. So good meeting you. Seeing your puppy. Yeah, that was a cute video you posted, Austin. Walking down the stairs. Coaching call with Brooke. There we go, Paula. The seminar. It's about to be. I'm excited about it. Oh, there's Katie. Let me get you back up here. Hello, hello. Amazing.
Hi.
Hi.
I know this is informal. Did you know that they make basically like airplane pillows, but for dogs? Like instead of the cone, it's like it's a little airplane pillow.
Yeah.
Why
Lacey
don't
told me about that instead of the cone.
Go buy a different one. It's dumb.
You're gonna get one for yourself? Just sit there like this.
I have 3.
Ben's like, no more airplane pillows. I love it. Okay. So why don't we just get to it? I'm excited about this call. We got more people in the waiting room. Katie, I'm gonna make you co-host to help with that since I'm presenting tonight. It's hard for me to multitask. I know what I'm good at and I know what I'm not, and multitasking is definitely not it. All right, so before that, Katie's going to be posting the link to our mindset assessment throughout the call. I would love it if you guys filled that out, right? I today spoke with 2 people I've never met before who have been in the webinar all week, and I haven't been on many one-on-one calls over the last month with my travels and transition and life and location and busyness. And I have to say, after those 2 calls with those 2 wonderful people and the way they were able to open up to me and share where they are and where they want to go, I'm extremely excited to meet the rest of you. Right? We have 98 less people on this call than on Monday, which is expected, but you guys are the committed, the strong, the dedicated, and you're here for a reason. So making it through, if you're new, especially, and you want to kind of look at this from a lens for yourself versus, let me just intake all this information. The idea would be to chat with Katie or Derek or I moving forward, just so we can speak with you about yourself. And that mindset assessment really gives us some insight on how to help you take those very first steps. And I'm going to ask, just for anybody that has gotten on a call with Katie, myself, or our team, what was one thing, and you put it in the chat before we get started, that you learned on that call about yourself, or what was it that clicked? Because you're here still, there's plenty of you. And maybe for someone who doesn't know if they want to or not yet, you can be the help to help them make that decision. So Katie's going to keep posting that link, and we're just going to jump into it today. We were going to talk about taking action, but I think, yes or no, did you guys get a little bit or enough about taking action last night when Derek was talking? I read that part really hit me hard. Yes or no in the chat. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah. So you guys don't want to hear me talk about taking action for another 45 minutes, right? Like, we can send that worksheet out this weekend and you'll have a whole packet on every single call. So Katie and I were talking. We said, well, what do we want to talk about? And then it hit us serendipitously. This is crazy how the world works. If you put a thought out there of like, how can I help people? Doors and opportunities open up around you. And this literally, I accidentally opened up my YouTube app this morning, and the first video, I guess I like clicked it with my butt pocket, and it just started playing. And I was like, what is that? And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to have a little PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to walk you through 28 ways on how to live a miserable life, a lesson on inversion thinking. And I want you guys to sit with me and hang on, because I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that you need to do to continue being miserable today. So as I click through this isn't my idea. I got this from someone, his name is Alex, and he was talking about how he got this from Charlie Munger, a billionaire, and how he uses inversion thinking, not to think about what he could do in a moment, but what he absolutely should not fucking do to see success. Whether it's getting rich or getting healthy or having a fulfilled relationship, the idea is the more that we think about what not to do, our brain works in a way where it'll turn that around and it'll put us in a position to actually do the right thing on accident. If I wanted to, there's two ways I can go about this, and I'll talk about it personally. If I wanted to have a successful relationship with Lacey, I could think about all of the things that I want to do to make a successful relationship. Or I could think about, how can I make this a miserable relationship, and just don't fucking do that, right? So if I think about what not to do, I'm therefore going to do the opposite thing. So traditional seek success. So you're just looking and you have this little bit of room to like do the right thing. Or if you think about what not to do, avoid failure, you're going to know a lot of things that are going to get in your way. And then just by accident, by happenstance, you're going to be able to do the right thing. So the number one thing to do to live a miserable life, to be unhappy, unfulfilled, you'll start tomorrow. Starting tomorrow will guarantee that you will make zero progress in any area today. So if you want to ensure that you stay exactly where you are, then start tomorrow, right? If we want to move forward, then we'll probably do something today. But if you don't want to see success, just start tomorrow. Just tell yourself, like, oh, I'm just going to do it tomorrow. I'll start Monday. Diet starts Monday. How many times do you guys say that? Oh, it's just one more drink. Diet starts Monday. We're going to fly through this. Don't worry. Number two, read lots of books and then do absolutely nothing. Nothing pisses me off more when someone's like, I read like 50 books this year. And I'm like, you're the same fucking job for the last 10 years. You've done nothing with your life. It's super cool that you read and acquired all this information, but if you have done nothing with that information, what does that do for you? Have you ever thought about reading one book and then actually applying what that book says? I read a lot of books with 75 hard, and I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, yeah, I started a book, and then I would read the whole thing, and halfway through I would be lost and not interested, and then I just wouldn't do anything about it. And nowadays I'll take like bits of information, what I can digest, and then I'll acquire it. When you acquire new information, then you could choose to use it and change your life, or you could just kind of be like, oh, I know this cool shit, and then do nothing, and you can stay exactly where you are and be miserable. We'll come back to this. Number three, take advice from unhappy people and then try and figure out how to live a fulfilled life. You have a certain amount of people in your life who are your friends, family, and in your day-to-day. If they're not living the life that you want to live, then continue to take advice from them if you want to be unhappy and live a miserable life. That's pretty common sense, right? But how many people do we stick around because, they're our friends, they're our family? Number four, choose a spouse or partner that will make you feel guilty for enter anything in there that you desire to do. When you do this, you're putting the power of your destiny in their hands. And that's a choice. What you get from this is regret. So if that sounds like what you want, then stay in the relationship with that person that you're with. Stay in that friend circle. Stay with that work circle. or do what you want to do to move forward. Number 5, fail one time at something and quit forever. I guess health and happiness isn't for me because this is hard. How many times, and I can't see the chat, you could probably pull it up. There we go. How many times have you guys started something, fucked up, and said, well, I guess I'm done there. Yes or no? Me, somebody. Yeah. Probably don't feel as healthy and happy and fulfilled when you do that. But we do it time and time and time again for some reason. Weird. Number 6, keep thinking that the world is fair. Tell me, how's that complaining working out for you? I used to complain that the world was not fair, that we didn't have the money, we didn't go on the vacations, I didn't have the job, I didn't get into the schools. It's not fair. Other people did it. I had the same grades. You know, it's not fair this, it's not fair that. And then I went down the path that I went down, hung out with the wrong friends, put on, 100 pounds, drinking alcohol. You guys know how the story goes. So the world's not fair. If you think, we'll get into everything later, but if you think that the world is going to be fair to you, you're probably not going to be happy about how it turns out. Number 7, blame your circumstances. Anybody relate with this one? Anybody want to chime in on here in the chat? Your mess is your message. Sean Whalen said this quote. I thought that the depth of one's character parallels the amount of hard times someone must go through. I was talking to Jensen on the call today about this, and Eva on the call today about this, because this really hit home. If you do not go through hard times, how can you have an iron head, heart, body? How can you be prepared for the harder things that lie ahead? Yeah, Jillian, it's easier to blame your circumstances, but the thing is that they're not going to fucking change. And that's okay. But if we know that if we blame our circumstances and we're going to be in the same place and you're okay with that, keep doing it. Number 8, complain about the things that you cannot control. Accept how it is and move on. If we're, it goes hand in hand with the other ones, right? If we complain about something that we cannot control, then we will just be complaining about something that we cannot change. You have a choice in any matter. No matter how much it weighs on you, you can choose to be upset and complain about it, or you can choose not to be upset and not complain about it and take action on it and form a plan on it and rethink on it and reframe it. Everything that we talked about this week, or don't, and stay where you are. I like that. iPhone Melanie, practice radical acceptance. Number 9, expect other people to save you. Guess what? You've all seen the reel. No one is coming. Just says that over and over and over again. This is you. This is a choice that you get to make. But if you expect the government, someone else, work, to come and do it for you, keep doing that and you'll stay exactly where you are. Number 10, the value of opinions of others. Value the opinions of others over your own. You are only successful, happy, fulfilled the moment you decide you are successful, happy, and fulfilled. This one hit me hard because I still don't feel like I'm successful. And I beat myself up over it sometimes, even when I look back and see how far I've come. It's your choice to decide if you're successful or not. And when I heard this, and when he spoke about the when-then prophecy, it's just moving the line forward. If, when, then. If, when, then things change. But does it? My thought on this is, if I say that I'm fulfilled, if I say that I'm happy, if I say that I'm successful, then I will feel that way and I will act that way. If other people say that I'm not, well, fuck them. But again, this is your choice. I decide. 11, avoid discomfort. You're going to suck at a lot of things. What Derek and the SEALs would say is embrace the suck. And that's not just how bad it is at what you're going through. It's like, hey, if I'm not good at this, you're going to get better, become better every day. This is normal. You avoid discomfort because you do this solely because you do not want to go through it. So you don't know how to do it. But again, you've never done it before. So how can you expect to be good at something that you haven't done before? So continue to avoid this if you like to be unhappy, unfulfilled, and not where you want to be. Number 12, tolerate mediocrity of yourself, of others, and of your life. If you like going through life in a mediocre state and everything is fine, how are you doing today? I'm fine. How was your week? It was fine. That's not really something to bring happiness to your life. But if you like where you are, continue to be mediocre at best. Number 13, make promises, break promises. Destroy your reputation when you do that. With others, with yourself. How many times have you said, I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. and start my day, and you don't do it? How many times have you said, I'm not going to have a drink this weekend? How many times have you said, I'm going to start my workout on Monday? How many times have you said that today's the day that I start to think clearly, and you don't take the time to practice it? Karen, I've done it before too. You're not alone. You're the only one holding yourself accountable. You know how you can have pushed, done more, been more detailed, gone above and beyond at work, with your family, in the relationship, said I love you one more time to yourself, to somebody else. Make promises, break promises if you like being exactly where you are. 14, wait for the perfect conditions to live a happy life. The conditions could always get better. And I promise you they will get worse. So if you start when they're at their worst, you could probably get through tough times, because I guarantee you they're coming again. But if you wait for that perfect day, it's right, Narelle, it's never going to come. So you'll stay exactly where you are. Number 15, prioritize looking happy and healthy versus being happy and healthy. This is a tricky one. Looking versus being. We can just show the world these days on social media that you're doing all the right things. Then you shut the camera off, and how do you feel when you're alone at home? Is your heart full? Is your soul full? Are you happy? Or are you just showing the world that you're happy? What's going to make a difference for you? Because if you just show it and you don't do it, you're going to stay exactly where you are. Avoid working on what matters most. You're so busy doing stuff. Are you doing a lot of stuff or the right stuff? Looking at what you can or could do to choose the ones that move the needle forward might benefit you. Hint, hint, you're not going to want to do these. But if you don't want to do them, that's okay, because you'll stay exactly where you are. Number 17, say you're going to do something and then don't do it. Similar to making promises and breaking promises, this is more so for yourself. The same vein, workouts, mindset, starting a diet, starting a coaching program, then not doing it, saying, oh, I'm just going to start later, I'm not ready, waiting for the perfect time. These all go hand in hand. So that one's pretty short. Number 18, do what everyone else is doing. Continue modeling your behaviors and habits in parallel to those who are living a life that is not the one that you want. I promise you this will lead you to exactly where you are right now versus the happiness that you desire. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are you being influenced by? Are you leaning on the people inside the Hidden Summit group who are changing their lives one at a time? Or are you like, you know what, I want to stay with my friends that are still doing the things we did in high school. Still go to the bars in the middle of the week. Not going to the gym in the morning. Not waking up at the times that I think I want to be waking up at. Not figuring out my life's future. Do what everyone else is doing. And don't do what you want to do. Then you're going to stay exactly where you are. Number 19, do your best, not what it takes. I tried my best. You guys ever say that before? Yes or no in the chat? I tried my best at something. Cool. Got 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. Yes. A couple people have tried their best. Cool. But what if you're terrible at it? What if you suck at it right now? I believe that we can try to find a way to do better. We can go above and beyond. It's going to suck. It's not going to be pleasant, but I guarantee you, if you don't go above and beyond and you tried your best to hit your protein, you tried your best to get that workout in, you tried your best to get on that phone call with your coach, but you just couldn't squeeze it in, you're not prioritizing you, and you're going to stay exactly where you are. That's right, Kristen. It is cringeworthy. Number 20, talk more, do less. Keep posting those motivational quotes. Keep posting those affirmations on the internet. Sign up for a program, tell someone you did and be super excited about it, and then don't actually show up to do the work for the program. This is how you stay exactly where you are. Do I have to say anything more on that? I don't think so. Number 21, start something new tomorrow, then start something new tomorrow, and then start something new tomorrow. Newness is exciting. Keep building those half bridges because you get excited about something. You move on to the next. Exciting diet, exciting program, exciting plan, exciting coach, exciting fad, exciting supplement. But you never stick it out. See if you can get across the bridge. You never stick it out to see if it works. This is a recipe for uninformed optimism. We like excitement as human beings. Trust me, Katie calls me out on this shit all the time. Which leads to informed permission, meaning like we're able to choose to go to the next exciting thing. We are drawn to it. But when we continue to start and quit and start and quit and start and quit, that becomes a habit, right? Which we're calling the value of despair, because you never complete anything that you begin, or you believe you're not good enough and then just choose to do it again. That's psychotic. Instead of staying on the course on the one thing that you were excited about. And we don't continue to do it as when the excitement wears off. I lost 5 pounds and then I didn't lose 5 pounds the next week. Oh, I'm not excited to do this anymore. The scale went up and then it went down and then it went up again. Oh, I'm not excited anymore. I had a really great day. I had a really tough day. I'm not excited anymore. Let me jump to the next thing. If you want to stay exactly where you are. We're getting there, guys. Number 22, believe what other people think about you more than what you think about yourself. Simply put, if you think they know you and your desires more than you do, it's time to look inward to see if there's actual truth to that belief. This is very similar to the other one. Number 23, make a mistake, then repeat that mistake over and over and over again. This is great if you like making mistakes and being upset about them. Have you considered an alternative route? Have you considered talking to somebody who might be able to help you? Have you considered not doing that again? But if you want to keep doing the same thing over and over again, you want to keep dating the same person over and over and over again because you haven't taken time to find out who you are on the inside, your relationships are never going to change. If you keep going from job to job to job to job to job because the schedule's not right, the work's not right, they're too needy, they're too bossy, it's never going to change. But that's okay if you want to live a miserable life, right? 24, be replaceable. Do the bare minimum for yourself, your relationships, your health, your kids, your work, and you'll be miserable going through the motions of life. If you like being replaceable, as a parent, as a significant other, as someone in a place of employment, don't do anything else. Just kind of coast through it. Do the minimum for yourself. And you'll live a miserable life. Number 25, find something that works and then stop doing it. You lost weight, great, but then you change the plan. You gain the muscle, great, but then you change the plan. You got the girl and then stopped treating her right. You started meditating, found peace, and then stopped and lost it. When something works, why do we want to change it? If you're losing a pound a week and your goal is 52 pounds and you want to lose 52 pounds in a year, it's okay to just lose a pound a week because there's 52 fucking weeks in a year, right? So why would we change it halfway through And then if we stop seeing results, we get frustrated. We're not excited about it anymore and we quit, just like the other number. Find something that works and stop doing it if you want to live a miserable life. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's right, Josh. Surround yourself with dumb people. I mean, if you surround yourself with dumb people, you must feel amazing to be like the smartest person and the coolest person in the room, right? However, wouldn't you rather be in a room filled with people who are on the same path as you, who are smarter than you, who are wealthier than you? Fuck, I always want to be the poorest person in the room so I can learn something from somebody. But if you don't want to do that, that's cool. Just surround yourself with dumb people and, you know, keep living the life that you're living. 2 more. Number 27. Assume you are always right. You can't be wrong. You're always right. You know so much. You've experienced so much in life. How can you be wrong? How's that working out for you? When you're alone at home and nobody's there, how's that working out for you? Are you taking advice that we gave you? Or are you just nodding and still doing what you think, or changing and doing something that is shared by someone who may have seen some more success than you in an area where you desire the outcome? If you can't learn, if you can't acquire information and be open, that maybe you don't know everything, then what's the point? I mean, I guess you just like the life that you're living. The last one's a little bit different. Make money, then spend more money than you make. This is just like an add-on, because he talks about being rich and poor, and we changed it more towards success and happiness. While we're not talking directly about money, the idea of living a life where you own more than you earn, regardless of the progress you make, is going to leave you in a position where you're more emotionally driven than tactically driven towards continued success. And what I mean by that is that when times get hard financially, spiritually, emotionally, we act on emotion, and we spoke about this all week long. When we act on emotion, we are not thinking clearly. And if we can live, if we continue to live in excess of emotion, if we continue to live in debt, then how are we ever going to live a happy life? But if that's what you want to do, stay there. So where do we go from here? Inversion thinking. I'm going to pause this screen. I'll come back to it. Good. You're all still here. Amazing. Thanks so much for sticking around. I couldn't see anybody. We got even more people on the call now. So yes or no in the chat, did that open up your eyes to be like, fuck, I've done a lot of this shit? Yes or no? Let me scroll down to the bottom. For sure, yes. We got to get 80 answers in here. So many, right? So all the time, we're trying to coach you on what to do. So Katie and I thought, well, like, let's just say, you know, what to do to not get results, to not get to where you want to be mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Yeah. But now you know, and if it hit you like it hit me, when you go about your day, you know now what not to do. Yes or no? Go for it. This is an active call. Hold on, Josh. We're not taking questions yet. The hardest part of this is admitting. I don't know if it's a problem that we have, Lisa. I think it's more so along the lines of because at the end of the day, you know the answer. You just admitted to it. It's about wanting to do it or not wanting to do it, and that's a choice. So let me hit you real quick with what to do. Okay. Inversion thinking. We can use our brain to find threats much easier than we try to find solutions. I'm just going to close this tab down so I can read. Think about your body, mental state, and health. Think about ways we can destroy it. We just gave you 28 ways. So if you want to stay exactly where you are, think about the ways that you can destroy your mental state, your body, and your health. We've given you 28 ways to ruin that. And that's not what I want to have happen. When you think about how you can destroy it, you'll end up succeeding by accident, because let's be honest, you do not want to be unhappy, unhealthy, and in the same place you are right now. I can't see the chat. Put yes or no in the chat. So this is what we're going to do. And I'm going to go through these really quickly. We'll send you this document after so you can have it. But this is what we're going to do to see success by avoiding the catastrophe that is not, living a miserable life. So what we're going to do is start today. We're going to read books and do what is inside those books. Start with a chapter and then acquire that information and go from there. Read the whole book and then use that before you go on to the next one. It's okay. You don't have to read every fucking day if you use it and your life is getting better. Take advice from rich people, right? Not poor people. I can't type. Take advice from rich people. Pick a spouse who makes you feel awesome about working, living, loving, doing all the things together and having an amazing life. Fail once and then try again and again and again and again until you fucking get it right. Number 6, think the world is unfair and act accordingly. Guess what? It is unfair. It's going to happen. Then just work around it, through it, deal with it, get help. Act accordingly, form a plan with Hidden Stomach Groups, a great place to start that. Number 7, never blame your circumstances, thank them. Your mess is your message. As you go through hard times, you will harden. When you harden, you can handle them more. If you run and hide, you're never going to change. Instead of complaining, do something. Expect no one to save you but yourself. Value your opinions over other people. Seek out discomfort. Trust me, it sucks, but you're going to realize that you're capable of doing so much more. And this thing called earned confidence is going to catapult you on a path to success that you've never seen mentally, physically, and emotionally. Tolerate nothing but excellence. Mediocrity kills. The day we stop trying to be excellent is the day we stop growing. Make promises, keep promises to yourself and to other people. Wait for the worst conditions and then act on them. When your life is terrible, guys, we started Hidden Summit in the middle of a global fucking pandemic in New York City where nothing was open. If we can start a business where we can bring you all together in a time when the world was telling us to stay apart, then you can do whatever it is that you're trying to do. I completely and utterly believe it. Okay, I got stuff on my screen. Avoid working on the things that do not matter and work on the things that matter most. The 80-20 rule, which I spoke about on our level 2 call this morning. If you have a list of 10 things, I guarantee you 80% of those things will not move the needle forward in the day. And the 2 tasks that matter are worth doing because you're going to be able to put yourself in a position to see success more easily when you shrink the list down. Trust me, life will go on. The other things will get done when they need to get done. Say you're going to do something and then do it. It's that simple. We make mistakes from time to time, but that goes back to number 5, fail. Okay, fix it and try again. Number 17, do what no one else is doing. Go above and beyond. You can go ahead and be average, but if you want to stand out, do what no one else is doing and go above and beyond. We give out so much free information in the Hidden Summit Group because we want to give people value. And then when you decide to take on the next steps to work with a coach, guess what? You get even more than what we're, so much value in those relationships and the coaching and the building and the one-on-ones that we want to see you succeed. Go above and beyond and do it at your very best, which is number 18. Do your best and make it above what it takes to be successful. Number 19, talk less, do more. You guys can talk all you want, but if you're not taking action, you're going to stay exactly where you are. Number 20, start doing something new today and keep it at it until you are good. Do it for so long that there's no way that you can ever think that you are bad at it. You will be bad at it when you start, but if you continue to do it over and over and over again, you will become better at it. Learn a new skill, start a new business, go ahead and put yourself out there and suck at it for a very long time. And then everybody's going to say, why are you doing that? Don't do it. But we're not listening to other people. We know that we want to do it. We're going to learn it and we're going to change our fucking life. Do not believe what other people think about you more than what you think about yourself. Okay, that goes hand in hand with what I just said. Number 22, be irreplaceable. Go above and beyond endlessly, relentlessly, and put yourself in a position to see success for yourself. And I guarantee you, your life is going to parallel that with the energy that you put out there. Number 23, find something that works and do not stop doing it. If your nutrition plan works, great. Don't stop doing it. If your coaching works, don't stop doing it. If your job and your career is moving in the right direction, don't stop doing it. Keep going above and beyond and do more so you can do it forever. Don't have to change it because you got bored with it. Guess what? The boring work is what actually pays off in the long run. 24, keep doing it until you're bored out of your mind because you are so good at it, like I just said. Number 25, hire smart people, be around smart people, surround yourself with smart people. Honestly, I feel like every single one of my coaches knows more than me about nutrition. But great, they're nutrition coaches, and that's why they're here. They teach me something every single week, and I absolutely adore them for it. Just one example of many that I can give. Number 26, be willing to admit that you are wrong. This is something that was really hard for me to do when I was younger because I was too proud to admit that I was wrong. I don't like being vulnerable, as we all know from the other night. So it was tough for me to say, fuck, I'm really wrong here. I always fight to fight and fight until we, didn't come to a conclusion. But I've gotten much better at saying, okay, I own this. I don't know this. Let's figure this out together, find a solution, ditch the problem, and move forward. Number 27, be willing to learn. All right. Go ahead from not knowing what you know and continue to be willing to learn so you can understand more. And when you understand more, you are more in a place to be able to grow. Number 28, make money and don't stop doing it, but live within your means. Whew, that's a lot of words. People in the waiting room, let me let them in. All right. So I'm going to open it up for questions tonight on all of this. So if you guys have questions, I would love to talk to you about your thoughts on what we just went through. It's a lot of hammering this week. We unlocked a lot of trauma. We talked about emotions. We talked about being uncertain and unsure of ourselves. We talked about struggling. But the point in this call is that you know what to do, and you've admitted that in the chat, which is extremely powerful. Because when you know what to do, that doesn't mean you actually know how to take action on it. And that's why we're here. And I'm so happy that there are 82 of you left here to learn that it's okay to not know what that next step is. So Katie's going to post the link for the mindset assessment again. And the next step for you is to fill that out, to take action on it. So we can talk about what it is that you need to do to put yourself in a position so you can start to make the changes. Because if we don't do that, my only question to you, and you can answer this in the chat, is what are we going to do tomorrow morning when we wake up? Do you know? That's why we want to help you. Think about it. Josh, what's your question, bud?
It's more of a statement, but this whole week I've taken a lot about, obviously it's a lot of mental game and how important that is. But the biggest thing I think I took away from tonight is that I think it was in slide 8, is that how much we don't have control over a lot of things, and how we need to realize that the only things we're in control of is the choices we make and the attitudes we have. That's it. So if you decide to wake up in a bad mood, that's your choice. If you decide not to go to the gym, it's not your choice. That's your choice. But if you decide to take one step in the right direction, that's going to help you. That's how you're going to start your day and whatever process you're going through. It's important to make those choices to bring the right step.
Yeah, I love it. You kept it simple. Control what you can, and you have a choice in every situation. If you go walk away from this week, Josh, with knowing that, you're going to crush the next few months and the next year. I guarantee it. The only thing I know is that I don't know what's going to happen, but I guarantee you it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. You're going to have a hard day. You're going to have a hard moment. You're not going to be able to control some things sometimes. But luckily, you are working with us. You are in the community. You do have resources and people on your side. And now you know that, like, hey, I can, when in doubt, zoom out, look at the situation and make a decision on if I need to be upset about this or not be upset about this, and then take the very next singular step versus trying to figure out everything in the moment. That's really powerful. You would not have said that 2 months ago. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. No questions, huh? I'm not intimidating, guys. I just like to get excited about things. Yeah, write in that gratitude journal, El. I think that's great. We got up there. Hey, Ryan. Go for it, bud.
What's happening, man? Hey, I'm in a little bit of a different situation than a lot of people, and that's given my epilepsy. That's something that's not in my control as far as for on a daily basis. So I don't know how my day to day is going to be, no matter what. Like when it comes to waking up. But one thing I've learned from dealing with epilepsy over the last 11 years is exactly the whole thing about not being able to control what you can and fuck what you can't, basically. And it's amazing, like taking that attitude towards a disease, condition, whatever you want to call it. It's made going through situations of like epilepsy, seizures, and like what happened this past week where I had a massive seizure and I bit through my tongue, and I could sit there and bitch and moan and complain and cry about it, but it's over and done with, and there's nothing I can do about it. And it's a lot of things like that in life that, and maybe not to that extreme that is like that physically damaging, but it takes a major toll on you mentally. And trying to get up every day and going, crap, what's going to happen now? And worrying about what's going to happen or what's going to come down the pipe is pointless, because it's going to happen if it's going to happen. And over the last several years, I've learned to just do, without anybody actually saying it, just something that just came to me. It was just like worrying about the things that's going to happen is pointless, because they're going to happen no matter what. So it's a matter of just like, how do you adapt your life to just go, I'm going to live the life that I can and live the best life I can, and prove to my son, who doesn't have epilepsy, prove to my son that his dad's not about to give up. His dad's not about to give in. His dad's not about to cry and bitch and moan about woe is life. And I want him to take that attitude towards life. Kind of went off on a tangent there. Sorry.
No, I think everybody needed to hear that. And I'm proud of you for speaking up, because listening to you and talking to you, meeting you in person, and then having you be part of this community, and knowing the feat that you just even practiced for, even though the hurricane came and you weren't able to do it that time. You were going to walk how many miles was it?
Well, I started the walk actually October 1st. I started it a week after the hurricane hit. We couldn't do the big send off and everything, but we started the walk October. We got about 180 miles in, made it from here in Longwood, Florida to Dothan, Alabama, before the RV support vehicle died on us.
Huh.
We were having trouble the whole time going out there. It was a rental RV. And we're talking like water leaking inside the thing, we found mold and all sorts of other things going wrong with the thing. But by the time we got to Alabama, we realized there's just too many people's health. Like my wife and my aunt, who was my medical coach, there was just too many things going wrong to continue without somebody getting hurt or sick.
Got it.
So we pulled the plug at that point.
But I mean, you had the intention of walking to Missouri, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
And you trained for that.
Yes.
And with your condition, you did it anyway, and you showed the fuck up to say what I just heard. And I think, and I'll repeat it in my own words, is that I have a choice today to do the things that I want to do, even if I don't want to do them, because I don't know what's going to happen when I do them.
Yep.
And that is one of the most powerful things that I've ever heard. So I thank you for sharing that, even though, and you have a choice to be upset if it worked out or didn't work out. And I'm sure it hit you and it stung a little bit when you couldn't finish it. However, everything that you did in preparation for that has made you the man that you are right now. And that's how I would like you to frame it, if you're able to do that, because I have no doubt that you can do that or more down the line because of what you did to train for it. So that's a
the-
huge lesson I
The
want.
training's already, and the training's already continuing to start up again next year.
I love it. Hell yeah, let's do it. We'll do it in winter one year. Why not? I'm just kidding. Let's not do that.
Now,
Oh.
we're gonna start, we're October, November timeframes.
I love it. Well, thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you being here and sharing that. That means a lot.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Gang, so I just saw one question. Katie, Tara posted the Enneagram stuff in the Hidden Summit group. So that link is available in there too. Tara is with her family tonight, but we can get that. You can message me. I can get that to you too. I'm actually going to do something crazy. And I just put my number in the chat. That's my personal cell phone number right here. Okay. I want you, if you've decided to fill out that assessment, and you decided to chat, I want you to text me with your name, because if I don't have everybody's number, I'm not going to know who I'm fucking talking to. So text me your name and that you're ready. And then we can get on a call sometime this weekend or next week. Can you guys do that? Yes or no in the chat? Is anybody ready or not ready? I got 0 texts, so like nobody's ready yet. So, I mean, as soon as I hang up this call, you won't have my number anymore. So the idea is that you can fill out the assessment and I'll reach out to you. But if you're like, no, I want to talk to you directly, there's my cell phone number. You've been here for 5 days. You told me you learned some things. You told me that you've been in a place. Oh, I got one. There we go. Someone just called me. Well, we could just talk later. It's okay. I'm on the phone still. You guys are funny. But keep it coming. My phone's blowing up right now. I'm literally, it's 8:18 tonight. I'm going to put this on Do Not Disturb because I thought it was on Do Not Disturb. I'm going to be going through the messages and you'll hear back from me in a little bit. I'm going to eat dinner because I haven't eaten yet, but I'm going to text you back. So if you guys want to get on a call and you want to talk about yourself and you're like, you know what, I'm ready, you text me. If not, I'll text you later. I'm going to ask you again anyway. Just ask people. I'm relentless. I want to change fucking lives. And after those 2 calls today with Jensen and Eva, I'm like ready to talk to people. So I appreciate you more than you guys know. I love you. I do. And if you're new here, you haven't really bumped around the Hidden Summit group yet, please do so. Meet our coaches, meet our community. If you've been here for a bit, get ready to welcome everybody with open arms, just like we did for you. Because one day you were the new person and now you're the person who's been here for a while, and I want it to feel like home always. And that's a group effort. Because like I always say, together we can become better. It's not a me show, not a you show, it's an us show. All right. What's up, Kayla?
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
So I had mentioned just kind of how I was feeling about this week. So if we have time, I wanted to share. I had a couple people private message me and ask me to. If that is okay.
Sure. We have some time.
This week really cut me open. The first 2 days were tough. And if you know me or you know my story, I haven't always had the easiest life, and my childhood was really, really tough. And I thought I knew my trauma. I thought I knew the things that hurt me. I thought I knew my why. And I had what I thought was an incredible why. It got me through a 9-week challenge. Hidden Summit has changed my life. I was a challenge winner. And I realized that I have a lot more to work on over this past week, and I'm really scared. I lost my brother in March, my 21-year-old brother, a month before his 21st birthday, very suddenly. I come from a family of drug addicts, so loss isn't unknown to me. But but his was very unexpected. And from a very young age, he was not only my reason to stay healthy, but he was my reason to stay alive. And when Amy shared her story about potentially ending her life, I had to get off the call because I was there for a very long time. And he was my reason for staying, because when he was 12, he had lost his father, who was my abuser. And I had to help him mourn the loss of that, something that he'll never know, and I never wanted him to know. And I promised him that I would never leave him, that I would never do that to him. And now he's gone. And I went into a very dark place when that happened. And I realized by doing that, I was breaking the promise I had made to him. And that became my why. I wanted to be what I promised him that I would, even though I wasn't here. And I've realized that my why needs to be me. Because when I lost him, I immediately started trying to replace that with someone else. A month after I lost him, I was about to get married to a wonderful man. He's incredible. But immediately I tried replacing that void. And then I realized that at the end of the day, it has to be me. And I don't think that I'm good enough to be that reason. And that absolutely terrified me, because I have to look within and realize that I have to do the work on myself, and I can't do it for my brother. I can't do it for my husband. I can't do it for my 75 hard group. I have to do it for me. And that's really fucking scary. And I'm saying this on a call with my best friend on here. I'm not going to point her out, but she's the only person that's been in my life since I was that age consistently. And she knows how hard this is. But Hidden Summit gave me that. It gave me, Katie believed in me in a time when I couldn't even believe in myself. And then I opened myself up to the rest of the community, to Kevin, to everyone that I know on this call. And they've shown me that I am enough. And even though I don't believe that right now, I'm ready to do the hard work to realize that I am. So that's what this week has done for me. I don't know what my why is, because I don't think I'm deserving of it yet, but I'm okay to say that out loud now.
I
And
was
I'm ready to do.
I think you know what your why is, but finding out that you're deserved of it, it takes work. And if anybody on this call knows how to do the work, Kayla, it's you. It's anything and everything that I've seen, and has not been this clear-cut, straight and narrow path for you from before us and even during us. There have been hiccups and hurdles and challenges and obstacles along the way, but you fight, and you know how to fight. And I believe that this is a page that we turn to start the next chapter, which you still get to write yourself. And you're going to be able to find exactly who you are and who you want to be. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm telling you it's going to be worth it. I love you, Kayla. You're an amazing human being. You bring so much joy to this group, even with all the tears. I love it because it shows how much you care. But the point,
you all know I want to help other people, and in order to help other people, I have to help myself first.
and as we're going to keep saying that and talking about it every single day, because that's what the mission is. We've done everything else and we're doing it. We just add this to the mix. Sound good? Fair? I appreciate you more than you know. All the way out there on that
I love
island.
you guys.
That beautiful island out there. Amazing. So before we go, I'm going to announce it here because I don't know if I could send it out in an email first, because it's really been tricky. The big announcement that I was going to make is that last year, the summer of 2021, myself, Katie, Eric, my brother, and a couple other people came out to New York to film a little documentary. We came out to New York to film a little documentary because Derek and I thought we wanted to tell our story. We were like, you know what? This thing is working a little bit. We were not even close to where we are right now. But we're like, let's bring our coaches out here. Let's hang with them. Let's work out with them. Let's do an in-person event. Some of you on this call were at that in-person event. We worked out together. We drank together afterwards, hung out, got to know each other. And we told the story of how Hidden Summit started. That little documentary just got selected to be at the No Bull Project Film Festival next weekend. And we couldn't be more fucking excited about it. So we're gonna go and we're gonna share this with the world really soon. But we get to be on a national stage and show Hidden Summit what Hidden Summit's all about. And when I got the call from our director and cinematographer, Corbin, who is one of the most amazing humans I've ever met in my entire life. He is such a smart, kind, funny, humble, creative. He came out and he was like, yeah, let's do this thing. And we had one camera, we had our heart, and we had our people, and we told our fucking story. Now we get to go show it to the world. So if you haven't seen it, you go to the Hidden Summit YouTube. It's called Discipline. You can watch it before everybody else does. But we're going to share that story with the world. And I want to let you all know that you're a part of it. And that means the most to me. So thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting us. And get excited because you get to decide what happens next. And I'm happy and excited for you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you taking the last 5 nights of your very crazy busy schedules and spending it with us. If you need me, you have my number now. I'll put it in one more time. Oops, can't do that. Text me if you need me, but we'll see you next week inside the Hidden Summit group. Thank you, everybody. I love you guys. Talk real soon. Bye.
Thanks.